Jenny Olson and Julie Dorff are the human face of same-sex marriage in California. The lesbian couple with 2 daughters campaigned against Proposition 8, the ballot measure that banned same-sex marriages in their state. During the campaign, they faced some difficult questions from their 5-year-old.
Sylvie said to me, so just very casually, so if Prop 8 wins, who do I go with? Mommy Julie or Mommy Jenny?
The words matter, but the legal differences also matter profoundly. If one of us were to die, we couldn't get each other's Social Security benefits. If, and who's hurt from that the most? It's our kids.
Shame on you! Shame on you!
And so those who lost the fight to defeat Proposition 8 have not given up. Advocates of same-sex marriage have mounted a campaign to overturn the November ballot results, where Californians voted 52 to 48% to amend the state constitution to limit marriage to a union between a man and a woman. Advocates of same-sex marriage claim it should take more than a majority of voters to change the Constitution on such an important issue. University of California law professor Vikram Amar explains.
The challengers to Proposition 8 argue that the change that it makes is so fundamental that it ought to be considered a revision, not an amendment, and because the legislature did not initiate Proposition 8, then it's invalid because it didn't go through the right procedure.
Californians voted to ban gay marriage once before. In 2000, by a large margin, they approved Proposition 22, a law that defined marriage as being between a man and a woman. But in 2004, San Francisco Mayor Gavin Newsom unilaterally decreed gay marriage as legal, since, he claimed, the law violated the state constitution. A court overruled the mayor and stopped the marriages. In May 2008, the state Supreme Court agreed with Mayor Newsom. The court said the ban was unconstitutional because it did not provide equal protection to gay couples. After that decision, 18,000 gays and lesbians got married, and Newsom, the gay community, and its supporters rejoiced.
As California goes, so goes the rest of the nation.
Yes! We will win!
But their mood shifted when Proposition 8 appeared on the ballot.
I confess, Almighty God.
Backed by religious supporters like San Francisco Archbishop George Niederauer. The Archbishop says marriage is a sacrament that does not need to be reconfigured or redesigned.
Marriage for the Catholic Church is a faithful, exclusive, lifelong union between one man and one woman. Because of their sexual complementarity, they can give life to children and raise them in this stable setting as a mother and father in family life. And that is what we would see as the model of marriage.
Julie Dorff says the Archbishop should not impose his beliefs outside his church.
This is supposedly a country where we have the separation of church and state, and there's a separation of a religious marriage and a civil marriage.
A national public opinion poll conducted after Proposition 8's passage indicated the national trend is clearly in favor of those supporting same-sex marriage. Such findings could affect the court's decision. The California Supreme Court struck down a ban on interracial marriage 50 years ago, nearly 2 decades before the U.S. Supreme Court did. The California court cited that decision as precedent when it allowed same-sex marriages last summer.
A court can be out ahead of the people for some period of time, but that can last only for so long. So, for example, when the courts banned racial segregation in schools or eliminated barriers to interracial marriage, that might have seemed a little aggressive at the time, but within a generation, Americans broadly rallied around that, and today we take it for granted.
The California court hears arguments on the same-sex marriage issues this week, and the court is expected to issue its ruling within 90 days. Rachel Silverman for VOA News, San Francisco.